In this tutorial, we will look at the unique features associated with questions that are linked to the components on the network diagram. We will start with a new diagram and load the Process Control System, or PCS, template. We'll go to the questions to see defaults that come up based on our diagram. Notice that there are no components identified by name. To understand how the unique flag works, we will return to the diagram and make a couple of the components unique. We'll click on Server A and mark the Has Unique Questions checkbox as Yes. We'll do the same for PLC1. This flag is used to mark a component that has a different configuration than others of the same type. For example, it may be a different or older model, or may have been set up in an unusual way. This flag will force you to answer the full set of questions for this unique device. When we go back to the question screen, we see a new entry in the tree called Components. As we expand this out, we see the server and PLC that we marked in the diagram. We also see questions set specific to each component. If you decide that a component should not be marked as unique, or you simply made a mistake, you can clear this back in the diagram screen. We will click on PLC1. You will notice the button on the bottom of the window labeled Clear Component Question Overrides. When you click this button, it will clear both the unique questions and any overrides that you might have made. We'll talk more about overrides in a moment. Back in the question screen, we can see that the PLC has been removed from the list. When you create a diagram, the tool simultaneously builds a set of questions associated with each component type. Many of the questions will be applicable to several component types. Rather than answer each question multiple times, once for every component, each question is asked only once in the Component Defaults section and then applied to all applicable components. This unique questions list is found in the Component Defaults section of the Question Categories window. As you can see, the questions are similar to the standards-based questions. There are some differences, however. Some questions are specific for a single component type, and some will apply to many or all types. Let's click on the first question. The top part of the information window looks similar to what is found in all questions. The help documents on the bottom are also familiar. What is unique to the component questions are the component types list. In this example, the question only pertains to firewalls. Let's go to another question that has multiple types. We'll select the logging question category. When we open the information window for the first question, you can see that this question pertains to a wide range of component types. The first set of component types has a hyperlink to the side labeled Override. This means that this type was used in the diagram and can have the default answer overridden. The second block of types has the label None by the side. None indicates a type that was not included on the diagram. If you added one of these components later, then the label would change to Override. When you click on the Override button, a new form is opened. We have several PLCs, so let's pick that type. Let's take a look at what's on the form. First, we are shown the component type that we are working with. We are then presented with the question that was being asked. The multi-select box allows you to click a single answer for all the components in the list. The list on the bottom allows you to answer differently for each component of that type. In our example, we will answer yes to the third PLC. Looking back at the category list, we can see that when we override a default answer, the specific device and questions are now identified independent of the defaults. Remember that you can clear these override answers by clicking the button in the Component Properties window of the diagram screen. You can see that this approach to answering component questions allows you to answer similar questions at one time, but still have the flexibility to answer questions independently for each device in the diagram if you wish. This concludes the tutorial on component questions.